Alright, howdy guys. Today I'm going to just do short sections of this, so really just to capture the essence of what these three chapters are trying to do. The reality is they have a lot of really expanded, turgid, boring examples in the text. So what I've done is embed a video here just to give you a feel for what's going on with the topic. I'm also then going to just go over the slides quickly. This is more to complete your training as someone who's done strategy. It's not going to help you that much in terms of your marketing plan or your mini reports, but if you've studied a strategy subject and you guys are master's level students, you need to understand what we're trying to do, and this is just how highly sophisticated organizations think about integrating their customers, sales management, getting the most out of their resources. So I'm going to go through this slide by slide, assuming it'll work. Now what I've done first is I'm just going to play for you a short video which will capture hopefully the essence of what we're trying to do. And we'll see if the hyperlink works. I don't think it will. So here we go. Signs of life.
The future of selling is not about sales methodology, motivational techniques, or salesmanship. It's about the ability to develop a more strategic approach, a more knowledge-driven approach, and a more value-centric approach. Now, during this short presentation, we're going to look at the strategic sales organisation and discuss what's at its core, what are the key foundations, and what components do you need to put in place to develop a more strategic approach. At the heart of the strategic sales organisation is a ruthless focus on value and the ability to understand, identify, articulate and deliver value to customers and to your own organisation. Now, this is not as simple as it sounds, and many organisations really struggle to understand the concept of value, and certainly to articulate their value proposition or the differentiated value to their customers. Now, value is quite a complex topic, and it's something we cover in more detail in other talks. However, just a few key points. Firstly, that value is based on customer perception. It's not what you think it to be, but only what the customer perceives it to be. And that's really important because it drives a much deeper focus on your customers, their needs, their problems, their priorities, and their processes, because that's the only way you can truly identify value in their eyes. And secondly, in doing so, it helps drive organisational innovation and creativity in the development of your value proposition. And the second point is that value is relative to competitive offerings. Therefore, if you truly want to understand the value you can bring, you need to have a deeper understanding of your competitors and how your solutions stack up against theirs. And investing time in really understanding your competitors.
Guys, I think this is a key point, especially for your for your marketing plan. You absolutely need to nail this in your presentation. Value, who's doing what are we doing, where's it going? If you know your enemy, you know yourself. You can't lose, you can't be caught by surprise. So I think this is a critical thing. So we're going to go back to the video, but I just want you to anchor your thinking on that point.
Offerings is something most organisations fail to do in enough detail and rather tend to take a rose-tinted view of their own products, services and solutions. But those who do are in a much better position to be able to clearly articulate the value add they can bring to the sale and to paint a more compelling picture of why a customer should choose their solution versus a competitor's. So you can see that to really place value at the heart of the organisation requires a deeper understanding of customers, of competitors, and the markets in which you operate. And this is something we call the sales IQ, which form the foundations of the strategic sales house. And the sales IQ is often overlooked as an improvement lever and is also consequently a weak link for many organisations. But the reality is the overall effectiveness of the sales organisation really hinges on the level of understanding about your customers, your competitors, and the markets in which you operate. The more you know, the increased chance you have of developing an effective and relevant business strategy. The key is then to exploit that insight through your business and sales strategy in a way that really focuses your resources on the areas that are going to deliver maximum return. But for many organisations, sales strategy is an area of some confusion and often suffers from being too generic, not clearly communicated, or just unclear. And therefore, this is an area that offers significant opportunity for improvement. The sales management system is really the pulse of the sales organisation, and it's responsible for not only connecting the business strategy to execution, but also for really determining culture, the sales culture within the organisation. By the management system, we're referring to the overall system for management, the metrics, the reward mechanisms, the reviews, the formal and informal feedback, and the coaching. An effective system design really aligns the performance metrics, the sales roles, and rewards with business strategy. An effective system operation requires real discipline and vigour in performance review, and is dependent largely on the effectiveness of your sales managers. Now, when used correctly, the sales management system provides the framework for developing a high-performance sales culture. Sadly, these systems are seldom given sufficient attention within the sales organisation. They suffer from inappropriate design and poor execution.
Guys, at this point, I want to bring to your attention that a lot of organisations use software called Salesforce, and this is becoming the norm, where it is a highly sophisticated way to capture contacts, return from customers, profitability, all of these issues. So it is one that if you have a chance, get online, have a look at, do a Salesforce tutorial, just to understand what it does in an organisation. Marketing and sales work there to help each other. And this will be captured more in chapter 16, which is the third part of this lecture. But for now, just understand that you're talking about an approach which is geared to maximise dollars coming through the door.
They offer a big opportunity for performance improvement. And many organisations would be wiser to make investments in their management system rather than the more traditional focus on process and sales training and new technology systems. Now, this is a topic we discuss in some detail in our white paper, The Heartbeat of Sales Performance, and this can be downloaded from our website. Now, interestingly, traditional approaches to driving sales performance is often focused on people, and process and technology. We're not saying that they're not important. People are, of course, critical to sales success. Your salespeople essentially determine your results. However, the key in the strategic sales organisation is that more emphasis is placed on the top-down approach, getting in place the right infrastructure, the right level of insight, and effective sales strategy to direct, control, and manage the performance of your processes and your people. Ultimately, developing this capability is a much more effective, consistent, and sustainable way of improving sales performance and finding a path to continuous growth.
Alright guys, that's our YouTube connection. Let's get back to PowerPoint. So I think you get where I'm going with this. What I'm hoping to do is just get you to focus on what we want to do, and basically how do you fit in the organisation. So yeah, the human resources I've got up here refers to sales, or are we just chasing the dollar? Now, this is a nice little graphic. It's very detailed, and at first you sit there and go, oh crap, there are too many bits. But the purpose of this, and in marketing, what I've been trying to teach you all along is if you can conceptualize a problem or an issue or theory quickly, it makes sense. Now, what you're trying to do here on the left is you've got priorities for identifying strategic sales capabilities. So what are you trying to do? They're just trying to get you to focus on, all right, what's our role? How do we go there? What do we need? And as things evolve, as sales come through, you're going to have managerial issues that come ahead. And you'll have here, evaluate pressures, focus on capabilities, managing the customer portfolio, dealing with issues. This is just pretty much saying, well, here's the decision making you're going to have to make when you're dealing with customer management. Who do you chase? How many sales reps do you put in? What's the bonuses? This is the life of many organisations pulling the dollar through the door. We, as marketers, need to understand that, yeah, we might have a vision for the brand, etc., but we need to pretty much facilitate, make life easy so they can facilitate sales. So the sales reps can go out on the basis of all our hard work and just pull in the dollars. Now, again, another little graphic. What do? We have here pressures on sales capabilities. The problem now we have is we have highly sophisticated sales forces. You've got guys in sales with marketing degrees, with specialist sales degrees. These guys have got the metrics, they're using Salesforce, they're under the pump, especially in the American system where you have quarterly reports, and if you're not making budget, you're out the door. So they're guys totally under the pump. So you've got this happening where everything is happening. You've got escalating customer sophistication, commoditization, in other words, that a lot of people don't see the value in the sales force, and they go, yeah, well, mate, I'll get it online. Why do I need you to come around and show me? And then you have your accountants internally going, well, shit, why am I going to support all of these sales reps? We'll do it online. They're trying to cut costs. So again, it becomes really interesting. What is the capability in the supplier organisation? How is it relevant? How does it keep value? All the while your competitors are trying to take business away. Now here, 14.3 is just a little catch-all of, forces acting. Well, really, customer demand, what a surprise. Marketing strategy, clearly. Productivity, we're trying to be more efficient. Do your video conference. Do you pop in? Years ago in Australia, territory sales reps were the norm. They would go around, they'd have a set area down the south coast, north of Sydney, to the west. They realised very quickly that they could transition a lot of this to online selling, and they were the first adopters. And this is the direct channels. Why pay a sales rep $130,000, accommodation fees, a car, when you can do a lot of this online? Or you use one rep to do the whole area. Now, again, guys, this is another graphic just to step back and say, okay, if you're a CEO or a senior executive, what do we have to think about all at once and come to it? And in the middle is our strategic sales organisation, which sits there and goes, look, this is what we're doing. We've thought about it. This is how we're going to provide value. So, guys, infrastructure. You need to have systems, processes, facilities, right? Involvement. Who has a say? How much are you listening to your sales force? Who's the key influencer? Is it your marketing? Is it a combination? Are engineers driving it? Yeah, my favourite is clearly intelligence, market sensing, interpretation. Know your customer, know your competitors, see how you go. Internal marketing, and this is these bottom two pretty much make up your next two chapters. Internal marketing, selling the customer to the company. In other words, guys, you need to be doing more for the customer, getting everyone in the back rooms, the office, to be focused on delivering value. Now, integration was my PhD topic. This is a big one. How do you get marketing and sales work together? They hate each other a lot of the times. Marketing and R&D and engineering and new product development was what I did my PhD on. The relationship is better, but it's improved only now because a lot of what marketing have promised we can do, we can actually prove. Now, these are key things. So imagine we're managers, or you guys, I'm treating you as executives. You go, gee, I have to think about all these things at once. Our role is literally answering questions. All these questions lead to strategic decision making, and that's what we need to know. And this beautifully captures it. We can change the word from sales to marketing. Nothing changes. It's what we do as a profession. Now, again, this figure here in 14.5 really reflects on what are we trying to do. The old thing was we make a car, we sell a car, customer, that's it, right? No dramas, big deal, buy it, move on. We've got your money, we don't care. Now, we're talking the big push has been relationship marketing for the last 2 decades. Sales efforts, customer satisfaction, retention and relationship is really a big one. But we're also moving to the point now of value. How are we making sure that our manufacturers are actually being looked after? Aldi's reported to have excellent relationships with their suppliers, manufacturers, the customer, the end user, and it's all about value, value, value. Look, this is pretty much the same as this, except a heightened value proposition. And that's what you need to have in your marketing plans. Where is the value? Why am I buying here? Why am I resisting all of these offerings from our competitors? This is what we need to do. Now, again, the internal marketing challenge for sales is pretty much a guide. You have to support and show your value to the organisation. This has been going on for decades. I've been old enough to remember the first literature on internal marketing. I've read many of the journals. When I was doing my PhD, there was a lot of hostility to marketing. Now, the engineers hated us. I've never, in my interviews, you had to hear the swearing and some of the descriptive terms to describe marketers. They don't like us. That's changed, but it is always, you've got a HR department, an accounting department that's always going to say, yeah, prove to me your value. Before I invest in more marketers, in more sales, prove your value to return on investment. And that's part of the challenge. As a successful marketer, you need to go in a company and build relationships. And sales in particular, they have to go, guys, we need you in marketing to help us with this challenge so we can keep buying. This is what we're hearing from our customers. Take it into account in your marketing. So again here, we're just looking at pretty much, these are the basic roles of a salesperson, the manager, the salesperson outcome performance, and the effectiveness. Look, there are textbooks, courses dedicated just to this. You need to just understand from a marketing perspective, this is where you get your best information. People on the ground who are actually talking to your customers. Unfortunately, a lot of my undergraduate marketing students are so arrogant that they view selling beneath themselves. To me, I was a sales rep for a plumbing supply company. I met customers. I was selling them stuff. I didn't know what it was. It was the best lesson out, because when you see how people actually buy, the decision process, the competitors, it makes you a better marketer. And you can also then see how the marketing messages you create support the actual sale. Now, again, what have we got here? This is just your normal, I call it sales guff. Here's your organisation. What do we want? Inspiration, a leadership role, internationalisation, integrity, and believe me, have sales been hammered for integrity over the years as marketing, and influence. Again, this is just a graphics trying to show you guys that, look, this is an evolving space. We're competing against managers in HR, R&D, accounting who are going, we should be the most important, give us money. We're here going, hey guys, we're actually generating the money. Why don't you support us? And again, when you look at this, it's just designed to illustrate very clearly that when you take a look at this, that we are making decisions, right? Customer management domain, what are we looking at? Well, we have strategic choice. How much money are we going to invest in chasing large, small, or very big customers? I had an opportunity as a sales rep to go after big customers, and I went, no. They were getting, literally in the middle of a previous recession, downturn, they were getting product at cost and paying it back 6 months later. We were giving it away just to generate volume through the shop. I focused on the medium-sized customers of the business. It was a plumbing supply company, and we increased our profitability by servicing them better. And I told the boss, we're far better to have more of these medium-sized guys who pay their bills on time, who come in every day, than trying to battle it out and not get paid and give the product away. Now you have here strategic accounts come back to some customers are more important than others, right? You need to really, if someone's worth 60% of your business, you're overexposed, but you've got to look after them. And this is where you hear stories of taking these guys onto conferences overseas, looking after them, getting them involved, and just making sure business goes. Now, the customer portfolio, guys, all this is just exactly what I was saying. Like, you've got small, high relational needs. This is just a mapping exercise for any business. We can literally put the logos of our customers on here, and this will give us a nice idea of what customer mix we had. You know, what are the major accounts? Which accounts do we keep to keep our competitors at bay? These are just trying to get you to focus and realize that sales strategy is important. And I do like this. This, at first instance, you go, oh, what's going on? We're trying to get the buyer and seller to the point where they become one. Like they are part of our family. They've been buying with us for so long. We want their business to succeed. They want our business to succeed. And this is what we're looking at. And this is the transition from just buy, sell, yeah, thanks, mate, got the order on time, I love you, great work, to moving through the importance of your customers. And as you can see, we can sit here and just put company examples. We can plot this out. I do love the fact that Hooley does sensational slides. And again, here's just another one. What are the advantages? And I love this. This is the bottom line slide. If you put too much emphasis in a major client and they leave, which happens in a lot of advertising agencies, you're in deep trouble. You could lose so much. This is just to illustrate that. Think about the advantages and disadvantages and don't blindly pursue one because it sounds good in theory. All right, again, customer purchasing strategy. How much do you buy? How much margin do you give away? Look, mate, I've got an offer that you can't resist, and you're giving it away. A lot of the customers that I saw at that top end, they have zero loyalty. They just screw the supplier for the last dollar. And this is just a matter of another nice little diagram to get you thinking, gee, what is our relationship with our customers? Are they worth pursuing, or should we look elsewhere? And guys, this is a difficult thing to do. All right, the buyer-seller relationship. Again, how much relationship requirement high? You provide a relationship, it costs you money. That's it. What are the issues with conflict? How do we want to handle it? I mean, these are things that, again, will make more sense when you're actually in an organisation and at this level, and seeing and interacting with customers. I love it because customers really freak you out, some of the things they do. All right, guys, we'll wrap that up now. Hopefully it recorded.